Hey everybody, it's Coach Mattingly. Welcome back to Giants Talk. It's been a few weeks off. We're back on episode 14, and we will call this our lineman edition. We're welcomed by two new guests to the show. We'll start with defensive lineman, ex-offensive lineman, Tobias Hummel. Hummel, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
Yes,
me.
yeah, man. So long weeks off since our last game, 2 full weeks now. We took 1 full week off, and last week was kind of a fun welcome back to football week. So how has the 2 weeks been off, starting again? What did you do? How do you feel now, knowing we have still 2 more weeks left, but it's time to turn it back on?
I'm feeling pretty good. The whole week off was pretty good, I think, for everyone, for our bodies getting back, having time to recover, and then the week after the whole week off, it was a bit I was a bit scared because how quick you get, like not used to special movements, and
Yep.
then it was a good thing having Tuesday coming back, getting ready, and yeah, looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah. So before we get into the playoffs, we're playing the same opponent, but we'll get to that in a second. But let's take it back to the Prague week. 2 weeks ago now. How did that feel playing that game, going there, getting the win against a really good Prague team with, you could say, semi-limited numbers? Some of our guys were gone, prepping for the World Championships, only 6 linemen. So how did that game go overall, you think? And we got the win, which is great, but the
Yeah.
overall summary of that game.
Yeah, of course, if you have like a long road trip like Prague, like being on a bus for 6 hours, of course, the approach is you always want to win. And I think even though, despite the fact that we were thin on kind of positions,
Sure, yeah.
we took it very serious, get the job done, and yeah, and still executed on the highest level we used to.
Yeah, no, and it's good that we were able to do that and finish 9-1. I think the most wins in the AFL since 2016, and then overall with CEFL we had a double-digit win season, which is a really cool thing. And shout out to the players of the week from that game. It was on social media, but offensively was Fritz Bleckman, and defensively was Mr. Devontae Miles. So shout out to those two guys. You guys played really well, along with everybody else. Nothing away from the big boys on lineman edition. But yeah, so we came into this week, or the last few weeks, thinking we're going to play the Dragons, who are in third place, and then we got some news that might not be the case, and it's been changed by rulings. And then yesterday, officially, the standings have been changed. So we haven't had much practice to prepare for one of the other ones yet with the downtime. But does that change anything coming in, or is it just we play who we play? It's football, and here we go. What do you think?
I think it doesn't really change from the approach we take. Of course, we were ready for the Dragons, but now we played Prague 2 times in the regular season, and especially I think week 10 it favored us due to their new quarterback, so we know kind of what they will show us.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter who we play. We play just football, and we'll execute and dominate.
Yeah, I think so. That should be the goal. And yeah, it will be a little different with the quarterback. Yeah, we saw him once, but he's only played 6 quarters. So, and with 4 weeks, who knows? Maybe they do something completely new. Maybe they do the same thing. But I think, as you said, we'll be prepared regardless of the situation, and give it our best effort. So, Hummel, thanks for being here, dude. Your first time in 2 years with me on Giants Talk. So we appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Coach, for having me.
Awesome. And we'll be coming up to our next special guest here very soon. Go Giants. And as I said, on Lineman Edition, we'll have our next special guest, who's also brand new to the show over the 2 years we've been doing it. Offensive lineman and captain, Elias Ortauf. Ortauf, welcome to Giants Talk, man. Yeah, of course. So as we were talking about with Hummel, I guess give us a wrap-up of your downtime in the 2 weeks. Did you do nothing at all? Did you try to stay semi-active in the gym, or just said, Coach gave us a week, I'm going to take my week off?
Yeah, I think the first week off was really important. I just took it completely off. Tried to really recover my body. And then in the second week, where we tried to bring a few helmets only practices in, I went to the gym as well to kind of get a little bit pumping again. And yeah, but other than that, I think the off time was pretty good and helped us overall to recover. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So, and as we were said earlier, we're now playing Prague in the playoffs instead of the Dragons due to the weird circumstances. So, really good defense they have. They run that awkward three down tight front. So, as an offensive lineman, what difficulties does it give us, and how do you see us going in now playing them for a third time? How we can approach that and how we can be effective, even though we've won the first two games, but a little tight scoring. How can we maybe change some things, and what do you do when you play a defense like that not everybody else runs in our league?
I mean, a front like Prague, is for me as an offensive lineman not the easiest to play. Like a normal 4D lineman is a bit more easy. But it still doesn't change that we have to play our normal game, and we adjust in the preparation. Good for that. So yeah, and as we've shown in the last two games, that we can definitely run the ball against them and also pass the ball. So yeah, I think we only can improve on that. So yeah.
And coming into our home playoff game, it's been the first one since 2016, so going on 8 seasons now. So what kind of does that mean to obviously the team, organization, the fans that support us, and obviously you guys as players, that you can say, hey, we fought really hard to get here, and now we can have a semifinal in front of our own fans, and hopefully you get the job done and get to the final and not have a letdown like last year or maybe years past. How does that, you approach that as a player?
Yeah, obviously it's great. That's what you want to have. You want to have the playoff game at home, and for the fans as well. We can have our whole home crowd at the game. Not like when we played last year at the Dragons. We only had I mean, it was still quite a lot, but not like the whole amount of the Giants family.
Correct.
So I think that means a lot to the team, organization, fans, all of them. So yeah, and for a player, it's also great. So you don't have to ride the bus there, and
True. Yeah. You just wake up in your own bed.
Yeah. Drive to the stadium, get ready, and play.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing that could have happened.
No, I agree. It's a huge thing, and as long as we can get the job done, it will be nice. We don't want to be the one team that lets a non-Austrian team makes their first ever Austrian Bowl. So that's also should be on your guys' mind. We got to hold it down for the Giants, but also for Austria at the same time. But Giants family, thank you guys as always. Make sure you come out next Saturday, July 13th. Kickoff is 4:30. Get your tickets early, pack the house. We'll have some pretty cool stuff, I think, pregame, halftime, some different things as we enter the field. So if you really want to see some cool stuff in a great game day environment, please come support us as you always do. And we'll see if we can't get everybody to the Austrian Bowl and get ourselves back, hopefully, where we belong. Go Giants.